Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Three Geeks podcast. And I actually am remembering to do some house cleaning at the beginning. If you are listening, watching, please hit that subscribe button, like, and comment along with the show. Let us know what some of your favorite sports movies are. You can even start sending those in now. We don't care. And also, if you're listening to us on audio, rate, review. It helps us a lot. Thank you guys all very, very much. Today, we are joined by Max and Justin.
Yo.
Are we having a guest today?
Yes. I thought so. Yeah.
Jarrell Pyro will be joining us here shortly. He got caught in the studio doing some audio work, but he's on his way back to his hotel right now. And then Kristen from Don't F with the Original is joining us as well to review Scream with Justin and I. So we got a fun show ahead for all of you guys. I had to bring in an expert. I'm like the Pawn Stars. I called in an expert to come talk Scream with us. So.
But this is people who've already been on the cast.
Yeah.
It just sucks. Like we actually only have 3 geeks.
I know.
And we're not gonna have anyone who's be like, oh, how come there's like fucking 7 geeks? It's just stupid.
They know in their heart. They know in their heart there's more of us.
That's true.
Max, did you paint the room? The red looks good. Or did you change
this rooms? The room was red. I moved into a different room is what happened. I'm no longer in the basement. We have crawled up from the basement. We have moved to the top floor. We are moving on up on the east side. And it's feeling good. We're in the new 3 Geeks broadcast office.
Hey,
Justin, you broke your virginity yesterday and watched the first episode of Matlock. What did you think? What was that experience like? I didn't plan on us being involved with Matt Talk for 4 hours yesterday, so I apologize for that.
Yeah, that was it was definitely an in-depth conversation around Benjamin Matlock, but it was a good time. I always enjoy spending time with you and John.
You said you liked the episode. You said you were surprised that you enjoyed it.
Well, it wasn't as surprised I enjoyed it, but it was an enjoyable episode. So yeah, it was good. I've never really watched Matlock. I think I watched it when I was a kid. Like if you were at home sick, on a couch, and there's nothing on TV, I think Matlock was definitely up there. But I don't know. It was good though. It was fun.
I'm glad you had fun. Justin and I were supposed to record our first episode of Conversations, but after spending 2 hours watching Matlock and then 2 hours recording Matt Talk, it didn't happen. That's a lot of time devoted to podcasting in a day.
That was a lot of time.
But hey, man, I'm surprised how well Zoom movies works. Justin and I, because Justin doesn't have the episode, and it's been hell outside, that we watched it through Zoom together, and that actually worked really well.
Hopefully, this is admissible in court when we perjure ourselves about streaming content.
I think you're because we're not broadcasting, but
right?
y'all just watch it.
I'm sure it's fine.
I mean, well, they're probably definitely going to come after you. They're going to get Matlock.
Benjamin Matlock will come after you.
Yes, prosecute you. He is a litigious motherfucker. I'll tell you that.
He's about his paper. His paper. Sorry.
The only estate more litigious than Benjamin Matlock is the estate of Marvin Gaye. Do not thoughts with that.
I thought you were just in the IRS. It's tax season.
No, the IRS wishes they could get on Marvin Gaye's level.
That's true. They do. But nobody can. So, yeah, we're here, guys. We're going to talk to you guys about geeky stuff. We got our top 5 sports movies that I did not just finish 2 seconds ago. And so much more.
Notebook and pen guys on top of it. Yeah,
notebook and pen guy. I got the notebook. Got the pen. Words are in the notebook. Here we go.
I've got the notebook. I've got the pen.
If you guys are watching us on Twitch, please follow. Please follow us on Twitch.
Happy to have you.
Yeah, Justin's streaming games. Sometimes you can get Justin his voice twice in one episode. It'll be like the hi went to the.
Who doesn't love a little echo?
That was bad audio. I deleted that stream. If you joined that stream, it was a lot of fun, but that was bad audio. I apologize.
What is up, Jarrell? How you doing, bud?
What's up, man?
How's it going?
It's going, man. I'm all here, man, in Atlanta. It's crazy. I might be muting here and there because I'm on the busiest street in Atlanta. So
that's awesome, man.
But I'm here.
Dude, you're all over the place. You've been in Dublin, California, and Georgia in the last week. Does that traveling get old for you?
Said what?
I said you've been going from Dublin to Georgia to California. Does all that traveling get to you?
Yeah, I don't know why I can't hear you, man. Like these damn Bluetooth glasses, man. I want my Amazon money back. I don't know why you sound better without the damn headphones on. This is crazy. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I said all your traveling that you're doing right now, is that getting to be too much?
I mean, I mean, it's a lot, man. But it's a lot. I'm tired. I'm extremely tired. But I'm not tired like sleepy. Like I'm wide awake. I'm so amped up and energized right now. Like I can take on the world. It's just my body is like,
you're weird.
The hell with you. Yeah.
It's all good stuff. Just tired.
Yep. Yeah. The brain's still firing all cylinders, but the body's like, you know what? Like it's nap time. Like I've been through 3 time zones.
Right. My mind is like, let's keep going. And my body's like, no, I hate you.
Why do you do this to us?
He's got a reverse R. Kelly going on. My mind's telling me no.
Oh no.
For real. Hey, you guys all look good though, man. Like seems like you guys got prettier since the last time I saw you.
Oh wow, thank you so much.
It's filters. It's all filters. We have a makeup guy now that goes to each of our houses.
We definitely get used to it for the weekend. We can't afford that.
Don't get me started with makeup people.
The makeup guy came over. And he was like, "There's no point. Like, there's no help for you." That's what he said to me. He was just like, "You know what? I can't do anything." And he just walked away dejected.
I mean, honesty is important in a relationship.
I got into so many fights with my makeup person yesterday. Don't even get me started with makeup. The hell with makeup, man. They could not do anything right yesterday.
Dude, you got to take care of your people though. Like, if it's your barber, your makeup person, your chef. Take care of your people. Don't cross them.
Yes.
They will make you look worse.
They'll make you look terrible. Like I'm on set with a nose ring, and I'm like, man, you guys got to blend that in. And they're like not blending it. I'm like, there's no nose ring in this scene.
Oh man. So you're filming?
Huh?
So what are you filming right now?
I can't tell you that.
Oh, all right. Oh,
but but me saying that tells you what I'm filming, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. No, I love it. I love it when it's like stuff in the works we can't even really talk about. That's good though. But all right.
Hey, it's hella geeky though. Let's say that.
Yeah, I mean, IMDb ratted you out before when we were talking, so I'm sure we'll do it again.
Hey, is it really like bad the audio though with the cars and stuff? I don't even know.
Fine. Yeah, you sound good.
Actually, you're really good. Like we're not hearing any of the traffic.
Yeah, man, you two sound beautiful.
Yeah, man, I didn't even know it was this much traffic in Atlanta. Like I've seen movies and shows, and I've never seen this many cars.
Oh my God, no!
Like,
Atlanta is terrible with traffic, dude.
Yeah,
like it is god awful. I mean, a great place, but the traffic is murder.
I gotta ask.
And huh?
Oh, sorry. Continue what you were saying.
Oh no, like I know the freeways are bad, but so I was like, well, maybe the streets won't be as bad, but I don't even understand.
Hey man, it's hot Atlanta. You gotta go. You gotta be on the move.
Hey, it's not hot Atlanta right now. It's cold Atlanta. It's freezing. I've never been so cold in my life. Like, and I know there's a snowstorm in Columbus right now, but I'm like, man, did it come here too?
Oh yeah, no, that cold front hit the whole nation. It was not a joke. They were not playing around. It was ice and cold and snow.
They were not playing around.
It's not a drill.
Before we get into all the geeky talk, I gotta ask you: did you listen to the new Corday album?
Wait, oh, that was for me. What'd you say?
I was like, no, I did not.
I said, did you listen to the new Corday album?
No.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Is it?
Yeah.
When did it come out?
It drew me in because it had a feature by Eminem, but I listened to the whole album and it was hot.
Oh, okay. If it involves Eminem, Jason's there.
Yeah, for sure. Like sold.
Well, I mean, anytime. That's how I find new artists, though. It's if they have a cool guest person on there, I will listen to the album. And
sure.
This
it's a
great
way to do it for sure.
Corday was freaking great on the whole album. I was impressed. All right. It takes a lot for the young kids to impress me.
Like 85-year-old man.
I am an 85-year-old man.
It takes a lot for these young kids to impress me.
But anyway, guys,
are you guys caught up on Boba Fett?
Yes,
I am not. I've heard good things. I've not finished it, but feel free to spoil it. You can spoil it. But like
the two episodes of Boba Fett that are The Mandalorian are awesome.
Yeah.
Any episode of Boba Fett that's Boba Fett is terrible. Like when it's The Mandalorian, the action is better, the writing is better, I feel like the effects are better, and like you watch Boba Fett and it's just like, God, I hate this guy. I fucking hate Boba Fett.
You know, Mike and I talked about this, but I want to get Max's take. What do you think about Luke Skywalker in Episode 6?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Skywalkering on the face there. I thought it was all
Skywalker.
It was all very like nostalgic. It was very like Empire era Luke. They made sure you saw the black gloved hand there, and it was all right. I dug that. I liked, but mostly I liked the Mandalorian. I fucking dig the Mandalorian. I do not like Boba Fett.
I said this on the review we did, but Disney and Lucasfilm, just pepper and salt in Luke where it fits the story. Don't even think about a Luke Skywalker series unless you plan on casting a human.
Again, if you're casting a Luke Skywalker series, now that's a prequel series again, and it's stuck in the same era we've been in for the whole fucking 70 years.
I mean, yeah. The Star Wars series should not span one human's lifetime. Like, it's such a big galaxy.
Yeah, that's why I'd rather them if they salt it in when it needs to be there. Like with this episode, it made sense because Grogu was involved.
For sure. Yeah.
But I like the expanding the universe with new characters, and then if we need to, or if it fits the story, you can sprinkle in a Han Solo cameo somewhere. But I don't want to follow those characters again. I want to stick with the new characters because I'm digging what they're doing. The only thing that I would like to have as somebody who's becoming more and more of a Star Wars fan, man, when 6 was over, I wanted to restart it. Like it's the most fun I've had with any of the new Star Wars was the 6th.
I thought 5 was better.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, in 6, Boba Fett was back doing what he does best, standing in the corner, which everybody apparently thinks is badass.
Hey, I mean, like more power to him. Like let's keep him over there, not doing anything actually, looking kind of cool, but like no real anything's going on. Because like when he starts the movie, you realize that he's a 60-year-old dude.
Isn't that the problem? He's just too old. I feel like it's not a believable actor currently. I like the dude. I like him a lot, but like it just seems like he's set up for failure in terms of what we're doing for him.
But shouldn't he be that old? Shouldn't he be an older guy at that point?
Well, yeah, no, he should be an older guy. Like obviously,
but it just doesn't.
Terrible things have happened to him. Like I don't know what being in a giant sandworm's stomach does to you, but it can't be good.
Yeah, nothing.
So I understand that.
Really exfoliating your skin.
Yeah, but like even because like take the sheriff character that the dude from Justified plays, like basically the same character from Justified. Mm-hmm. He's an older guy. But he's more intriguing, and he's like I like his character way more than Boba Fett, even though he can't fight. But they don't put him in fights. It's like he fights differently. Like he's like, oh, okay, you're gonna do a gun battle. Like you're gonna do this quick draw gun battle. Like that's fine. Like he can handle that. Like, but they you want someone flying around with a jetpack and doing ninjutsu. Like you can't get a 60-year-old dude to do that. Unless it's a 60-year-old dude who's been doing ninjutsu the whole time, but they didn't hire that guy, so it looks terrible. It just looks terrible. You can't get fucking 75-year-old Samuel L. Jackson and tell him to sword fight. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
I appreciate the tangent. That's good.
I got to disagree with that.
I just don't know why they keep doing it.
Yeah, and we got our Ahsoka Tano, which is why I didn't think Max would like the episode, because we got 2 Clone Wars characters.
Yeah, but I'm getting over it. Like it's like I can't win, so why keep like railing against the fucking
every time.
Her Ahsoka Tano is not bad, and I don't know who Cad Bane was. I didn't know going into this episode who Cad Bane was, and when I saw him, like, that guy looks cool. So I messaged Tim. I'm like, who's the blue guy at the end of this episode? Because I thought he was pretty cool. Because I have nothing to compare it to. Because I have not seen Clone Wars or Rebels.
Oh yeah,
I just saw a pretty cool
Cad Bane was the bad like.
Mhm.
He's like this gunslinger guy, and he's always like a half a step ahead and just half a second quicker than everybody, and like he knows it. He's fucking Cad Bane, so like. Bleh.
Oh my gosh, I still remember in our most recent panel thing where Matt just pointed at a group of Ahsoka Tano people and was just like, worst character in Star Wars.
Yeah, no, Ahsoka Tano sucks. I'm not a fan.
Oh man, that's still loud about that.
I am not a fucking fan, dude. Like, it's
the worst.
Well, Max is consistent in his views. I gotta say that.
I mean, I don't mind it. I just thought it was hilarious.
If the shoe fits,
yeah.
Like
coming soon, coming Monday to the podcast, we have not one Naomi, but we have two Naomis. Two separate interviews with two different Naomis coming up Monday. Stay tuned. One of them is the writer of the movie Bite Me, and the other one you might know as from American Horror Story. And
she's also in the movie Bite Me.
Yes, and she is. Oh my god, she was so much fun. We only had her for 15 minutes. So
look at the makeup on that.
Right? She hours in the chair every day. We talked about it, but she did not mind it. She did not mind it.
No.
Hey, you get paid, but like
that's what she was saying, right? She was telling me because I said the same thing you did, Max, and I was like, "Man, that's a lot. Was that a lot?" She's like, "I mean, it's a job, and I would hate the way you're doing, right?" So it's worked out. Yeah, makes sense.
All right, so the Boondocks reboot will not be moving forward at HBO Max.
The Boondocks. Oh, okay.
I didn't know they were rebooting it, but is that a bad thing? And
if they don't have Aaron McGruder, the original writer of the comic book series The Boondocks, who was the original writer on the cartoon show, then it's absolutely not worth doing, and nobody should watch it if he's not involved. They don't know what they're doing without him, and the show is not even half as good without him writing. So
he was involved with the reboot.
Okay, but again, if he's just involved, if he's like some sort of producer, like credit only, don't bother. Like if he's not writing it, don't bother.
I'm actually really shocked to hear this because HBO picked it up for 2 seasons. Like they're like, we're all in 2 seasons. Let's go. Maybe the guy just couldn't find the right angle.
It might be controversial though. Like it might just be too controversial. Like that guy.
I mean, that show was very controversial.
He does not pull punches. So they might have just been like, okay, hey, like this is very popular. We're gonna do this thing, and then come to see what he did with it, and they're like, we can't.
What are we doing?
There's no way we can do this. Which I would 100% understand, and like, hey, like if you don't, you're not trying to get sued or you're not trying to get canceled, okay, but don't like if you're gonna do Boondocks, like you better fucking do it right, like don't.
Yeah, that's such a good. I mean, it was such a good show. Don't screw it up.
The first 4 seasons, excellent. The 5th season without Aaron McGruder was garbage, hot garbage.
I'm not sure I've watched it consistently enough to know which season was good, but I trust you. I'm just saying, like I don't know.
No, I mean, like we could do the fucking Pepsi challenge, and you'll be able to pick out the episodes from season 5.
That's fair enough.
Try that sometime. If we win the freaking flag, there's like in 8 different ways. I think I'm gonna do like.
Sorry, go ahead.
I said I think I'm gonna do like just a live cast just on Twitch because they don't flag things like YouTube and Facebook do. So we could just do whatever we want on Twitch and just do a 3
It's the Wild Wild West.
No
best
live episode. I think that'd be fun. Maybe we'll do that in the near future, everybody. Maybe in
I'm down.
We're drinking.
Has anyone been watching Peacemaker?
I watched
the first couple episodes. I really liked it so far.
It is so good. I fucking love it. Like James Gunn is killing it on Peacemaker.
I love the intro, the dance.
Oh my god, it's so ridiculous.
So good.
They have John Cena in this show. They have John Cena dancing. They have him like singing, playing piano. Like They are exploring the entire range of John Cena, and this character is so fucking perfect for him. It's ridiculous.
I know. Yeah.
I know
and Peacemaker was a character. Sorry, Jason. He was a character before, right?
He's a B character out of DC Comics. Like, he's that guy. Like, fucking and
the Eagle. The Eagle killed me.
Eagly. Oh my goodness, like he's so good. Eagly's the shit.
Yeah.
I'm digging the story. So like, should definitely continue watching. Like it doesn't drop. Like, there's no just like, oh man, well, it was good until episode 4, and then I don't know what the fuck happened.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's no like Iron Fist boardrooms in there, so it's all good.
Yeah, I have. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I know that after Guardians 3, it sounds like James Gunn is done with Marvel, and he's going to be focusing more on his DC stuff. But I know that he's working on another Suicide Squad spinoff. James Gunn.
I'm down. I'm down. Give me more of this stuff. I like it. Like they reference heroes in the world. Like they're talking about like the Flash. Like he's talking mad shit about the Flash and anybody like. It's like, oh, I've never met Wonder Woman, but we were in a fight once together, like peripherally or something like that. It's really good. I hope they. I like the last Suicide Squad movie where they brought in a bunch of more like obscure characters, Polka Dot Man, different weird things like that, and I like the direction they're taking it. So, oh man, we just cannot get Jarrell on this fucking
I know
podcast.
he's having a rough time of it, for sure.
Peacemaker, I am having so much fun with that show. I really, really dig it. I would have never thought that John Cena would be like,
right.
It's not like The Rock. He's not The Rock, but this dude is hanging around, and I dig it. Like I really dig his acting. I think,
but I do think there's a level of charisma there, just because there's like, he was famous in the wrestling world for forever.
Yeah.
Like there's so much charisma with him that it's hard to like. It's not the Rock charisma. The Rock charisma is just out of this world. But like he can definitely carry a tune.
There's only one Rock, but there's like John Cena's out there. He's doing it. I'm really digging this show. Like he found a really good platform, and he does get to exercise like you see him go through some shit, and it's not just like oh, I'm a peacemaker. I shoot 5 people and I walk out. Like it's it's good. I'm digging it.
Yeah, it's fun. DC, you really should start considering dropping your CW shows, because HBO Max shows are really where you're striving with Doom Patrol, Titans, Peacemaker, like, and even Harley Quinn, the Harley Quinn series, the animated one that we all love. Yeah, like that's where your focus should be. Aim adult. Marvel's already got the families. Aiming adult for you seems to be working very well.
Marvel's got the kids.
Well, and it's like Marvel's a Disney product. Like it's just that, and you got to do something else. That's, and I'm 100% down for it. Like this
I would love an adult. I mean, if we get the boys stuff out of DC, that'd be sweet. I'm all about like just consistent. Like it'd be cool.
Yeah, because I mean, they're still adding the humor. They're still doing it Marvel-esque, but they're turning it up to like a 2000. And
DC's always been a more mature brand, right? I mean, I feel like it has.
Yeah.
Since its inception, right?
The exception, I don't want Superman going around like ripping people's heads off or anything, but
I do.
I mean, I'll take a one shot of it. I'll definitely take a mini.
I'll have some of that, please.
If you want to give us an Injustice movie,
they did.
Already done.
How was that, the animated movie?
I haven't watched it yet, actually.
It wasn't bad. I mean, I think it was pretty accurate to the story. I haven't played the game in a minute, but I think it was pretty accurate. They did the Flash dirty though. This isn't much of a spoiler because he dies real early. Like it's like the first few minutes, and it's kind of
he's got to do everything quickly.
Flash. Yeah, that's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for Justin's spoiler on this episode.
That's right. I mean, fair enough.
Man, God, we're geeking, guys. There's only 3 of us. Pyro extends his sorry he cannot get reconnected. I kept seeing his head pop up below.
I know
like,
he's trying. He
7
did. He
times.
had a valiant effort.
He tried.
Sure.
I think he's given up, but he says he apologizes.
It's all good.
Well, he's always cool to have on. He's a cool dude. It sucks he couldn't be on for a little longer, but we got a couple jokes out of him, so it was all good, right?
Yeah. And looking forward to seeing him in all the movies he's doing.
Yeah, the movies that he can't talk about.
Movies he can't talk about.
Yeah. I wonder when he'll be allowed to talk about this movie, because he wasn't allowed to talk about this movie with us a year ago. He's still not allowed to talk to us.
Well, they're still filming.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know, like, all the fucking setbacks that they've had, like all that bullshit. Like, movies are actually hard to get finished. Like, it's really, really interesting. Like, you think, like, hey, this movie's coming out, like, yada, yada. Like, you don't think about, like, all the million things that can go wrong. Like,
right. Oh, money. We need money for this.
Nice. What have you guys been watching? Anything fun?
You sound super far away. What have I been watching? What have I been watching? Nothing too crazy, honestly. I want to get back into Peacemaker, to Max's point. I've watched the first couple of episodes of that. I'm behind in a lot of stuff. I want to watch Nightmare Alley. Nightmare Alley is out on HBO Max and I think at Hulu. I have not watched it yet, but I'm excited to watch it. I'm going to watch it today, I think.
What is that?
I think, if I remember correctly, and folks can keep me honest, but it was a murder in a circus or like a freak show, and like it's just kind of it's a darker, like noir kind of detective movie, if I remember correctly. And I'm excited to watch it either way. But yeah, it's on HBO Max. It should be free free for your membership, right? But I'd go check it out.
Nice.
I caught up on Boba Fett. I caught up on Peacemaker. I've actually been watching Jeremy Clarkson's Farm on Prime Video.
Sweet. Is it good?
Dude, I love it. I love Jeremy Clarkson. I've loved him in Top Gear for the 80 years he was on Top Gear. So
I just love how you're holding punches. Sorry, Max. I didn't talk about
for sure. But like, he buys a giant Lamborghini tractor, and this thing is retarded. Like, it is so big. And it was like, well, that's so. Why would you buy that big of a tractor? He's like,
that seems to fit him though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's so him. but it's good. Like, everything he tries, he just fucking fails at, and it is.
That seems right.
Wonderful. Yeah. It is a joy to see him try to be a farmer and deal with sheep and chickens.
Well, the last piece of news I have, and that is Grand Theft Auto 6 has finally been confirmed by Rockstar.
Right. Thank fucking God.
I know they've been. Yeah.
Go ahead, Justin.
No, I think we're about to say the same thing. They've been mooching off of Grand Theft Auto 5 for forever. It's like Skyrim at this point. Like, good Lord.
GTA 5 came out with the launch of the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Like, but, I mean, they found ways to successfully keep it going.
Oh, I still play it.
Yeah, it's great. I'm not mad at people playing it or enjoying it. But like, I feel like we had Red Dead Redemption 2, which is the same company. But like, GTA 6, give me.
But when do you think we'll get to the point where GTA will do something like what World of Warcraft does? We'll just release a base game.
Well, GTA Online's a thing.
Continue to build on it. Yeah, because I want to play the contract. I listened to the soundtrack today because it came out this weekend, and I want to play that.
No, yeah, I only play GTA Online. I don't play like the story game. But it's still fun. Like, it's still cool. And what I need though is a combination of Forza and GTA.
Oh man!
So I need the driving to be super awesome, and then also you can just like gun down people.
It's like Baby Driver the movie, but with an actually like a decent video game. You know, I think because Baby Driver had a movie tie-in video game, but like in my mind, that's what you're trying to do, right? Like your getaway car stuff is exceptional.
Is sweet. Yeah, I'm down for that. I've been playing the shit out of Forza 5. And I love it. I want everything. I want all my eggs in one basket.
and you bring up a good point, Jason, around like just having it be like GTA and just keep updating. And that's what I want all the sports games to do. Like that's all. Like you don't have to do a yearly update for me for sports games. Madden's trash for 5 years. You know what I mean? Like it's because it's just like you just rush it. So if you have a good update it.
Rosters,
update
the rosters and the coaches.
Yeah,
and the game should be the same. Yeah, every 5 years they should come out with a new game.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
It should be like $20 to update your shit. Yada. But they make the money though. There's no way they would do that because people spend the $60 on the fucking game every year.
You're very right. Yeah, you're very right. It's frustrating because we there's no opportunity to get a better product. Like
no, and the games would be so much better if it's like, okay, we put out our 5-year game. We have 5 years to make this new game. The new product would be so much better every time. And that's whatever. Like that's not. Again, like they make all the money anyway. So why the fuck would they do something to make the game better?
All I know is I'm waiting for college football to come back because it's supposed to now because the kids are getting paid something.
And oh yeah, I would love that. I still have 2014 somewhere.
2014 is the best one. Don't ever sell that. Don't ever sell it. Like that's like a $98 game.
Is it?
Like, oh, dude, because it was the last one, but like it was honestly the best one. And
yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, dude, I don't think you can anymore, but like you can make up your own colleges and stuff and put your own logos in there.
Yeah.
It was so sweet. It was so sweet. Like I had like 8 different Star Wars colleges.
I got an update on pricing for that. The lowest one online right now is $120.90. It goes up like $30 every year now.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah. For real.
It's a sick game though. It was sweet.
Agreed.
It was a good football game. Like I like that game way more than the Madden that came out that year and any year since.
Well, yeah. Curating your roster to the extent of like having a recruit. So the recruiting was my favorite part, right? Like just getting the players and like, oh, I want a speedster or I want like a dominant running back or whatever. You know what I mean? I want a dual threat quarterback. It was fun to just find that stuff out.
Indeed. So yeah, hopefully the NCAA comes back and they do a good job. Like I don't want to. I'm just worried that it's going to be the same cash grab crap with Madden.
We just need some level of competition. If that's one company owns all the rights to everything, that's not good. You know what I mean? We need that. There's no opportunity for people to get better at what they're doing if there's no company pushing them to do something different.
Hi, Kathleen. You can tell we counted. We learned how to count over the last 7 days, and there's only 3 of us. So.
We fired people.
Welcome to the True 3 Geeks podcast.
COVID. Fucking COVID. We're back down to 3 Geeks from 300.
Oh, no. It's got so much darker.
Speaking of, if you ever wanted to become one of the geeks, just email us. We're looking for 200 more.
200 more.
All right, are we waiting on somebody to do the sports list? Or?
No, I was just getting ready to get into that. We were speaking of NCAA 14. Now we're going to talk to you guys about our top 5 favorite sports movies.
Listen to that segue. He's a professional.
So if you are watching us live, please comment down below. And tonight on the Perfect 10, they are doing alcoholic beverages because they had something come up last week and didn't do it then. So tune into the Perfect 10 tonight with George on the 3 channel.
Top 10 alcoholic beverages? Okay, whiskey, tequila, beer.
Get a whiskey drink, get a soda drink. We got some songs we can do this thing.
So here we go. Let's do this. I'm going to start it off with my number 5, and this was a last-minute addition because I forgot about this movie, and I would be lying to you if it wasn't on my list. My number 5 is Little Giants, starring Ed O'Neill and Rick Moranis.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a great one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I left it off on purpose because I feel like I've said it on the podcast a couple times already. But no, I love Little Giants. The Icebox is
so good.
Yeah, no, it's great. Little Giants is a good movie.
Young Devon Sawa for those Final Destination fans out there.
And I missed on so many childhood sports movies that I should have put on there. That's all right.
You need a minute, Justin?
No. I just my movies are good. I just like nostalgia waves. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I'm going to carry that on because my number 5 is The Sandlot.
Nice.
Awesome.
I love the Sandlot.
Best baseball movie ever, in my opinion. It was so good.
Yeah. I mean, like fucking Field of Dreams ain't got shit on the Sandlot. Like it is no joke. Yeah, my favorite baseball movie.
Sandlot's my favorite too. Rookie of the Year for me is like a little under it, but it's up there as well.
I thought Rookie of the Year would make your list for sure.
Yeah.
Just because I know the guy doesn't mean I'm gonna put him on my list.
I mean, that'd be a good reason for me to put someone on the list. I would put
Angels
someone on the list
in the outfield. Yeah, I forgot about Angels on the Outfield. Good list.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
You chose the wrong Mighty Ducks, but still a good list, and I'll tell you what the right one is here soon.
All right, Justin, what's your number 5?
My number 5 was Dodgeball. Duck dive, dip dive.
Oh, good one. That is a good one. I
almost made my list too, Justin.
Yeah,
good choice,
so good.
buddy. I love that movie. I watched it with Tony not too long ago, and I don't think I'd ever seen him laugh so hard. He was laughing.
People
so
winging
hard.
wrenches at people. I mean, I can't get enough of it.
Michelle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that's good despite Ben Stiller.
I love Ben Stiller.
Yeah, let's not shoot Ben Stiller in this cast.
If you're a Ben Stiller hater, like you don't need to fucking spew that on this podcast.
I wouldn't say that I hate him.
Unwelcome.
I don't like it when he plays that character when he's in.
I love it when he plays that character.
Yeah, Fat Camp. It's the same guy as Fat Camp.
Oh God, I like that movie. Yes. Maybe I think I changed my opinion.
The Fat Camp was the pinnacle. Fat Camp was the pinnacle.
When I was younger, I wasn't a fan of his, but now that you said that, I can't.
Wait, Fat Camp is the reason we like Ben Stiller now. We pivoted to liking Ben Stiller for Fat Camp.
It's called Heavyweights. It's not called Fat Camp.
What is it called?
About Mary.
Heavyweights.
Oh, okay. Well, I related because I was a fat kid, so I was
right.
Like,
"Oh yeah,
this is mine."
100%.
Sorry,
I want a fucking super turbo boosted go kart, please. I'm too
or
fat
the
for these regular
Blob.
ones.
The Blob was great. I still scream body check like if I'm at a pool.
And Dodgeball also kicked off the Chuck Norris thing because that's when all the Chuck Norris jokes started. Was shortly after Dodgeball.
Oh, that's a good call out. I didn't think about
it. Yeah, if you can dodge traffic, you can dodge a ball.
God, I love that movie.
Jason.
My number 4 is Rocky 4. I had a tough time. I was originally going to put Rocky 1, but I can't because like Rocky 4 is my favorite of the Rocky movies.
Rocky 4 is the best Rocky. It is the most
Ivan Drago
Rocky. When Rocky punches out communism. Like it's
this is a Rocky 4 and Creed 2 are a good double feature, and I love Rocky 4. Rocky 4 is so much fun. It's just fun. It's a fun movie.
Rocky 4 is my favorite Rocky movie. I mean, Rocky 1 is good. You know, it's got all the good acting, and you know, it's like he doesn't win at the end. It's just like a matter of going the distance, and you know, and always getting back up.
It's a good life lesson.
Yeah, there's a lot of good shit in there, but fuck all of that noise. Okay, it is about Russians versus Americans. You go to goddamn Siberia and you punch out communism in its home.
Its face, stupid communism.
So that is on my list later in the thing, but I'm talking about number 1. But either way,
I mean, all the Rocky movies are good except for 5. Even though when I saw 5, I had heard like trash about 5. So when I watched 5, I thought it was good for an 80s movie. Like that's what I saw in it, an 80s action movie, and it was exactly an 80s action movie, but it wasn't a Rocky movie.
I mean, yeah, it's just not. Yeah, it was.
No. Yeah. I dispute you, sir. I've put Rocky 5 in its place of trash. It is trash.
Have at thee.
All right, Max, what is your number 4?
Number 4 is going to The Replacements with Keanu Reeves,
that's a good one.
Jon Favreau, Gene Hackman, Orlando Jones. Freaking, there's a pretty wide cast in that one. I dig it. Keanu Reeves plays an Ohio State quarterback, and I'm down. Shane Falco.
Word.
You know, Keanu Reeves was underrated for such a long time because when you go back and you talk about certain movies and you remember Keanu Reeves was in them, like in The Replacements, you're like, man, this guy really did have a good career. Like, he's always been there for us.
He's been a stud his whole life.
He's been dependable.
Yep. Oh yeah, it's solid. It's solid, and you know, it's like you get Gene Hackman because like Gene Hackman was in the Hoosiers movie, which is like a legit sports movie.
It almost made my list. Yeah, I was close. Yeah.
And you know, it's like we got all these guys, and it's just this fucking like mock up football movie comedy. So no, I dig it. I like the offensive line guys with the pistol, and it's a lot of fun. Check out the replacements.
I like this because there's only 3 of us. We can actually talk about these longer. We don't have to like rush through everything. Justin, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is Remember the Titans.
Yep, there's a legit football movie.
Save it, Justin.
Save it.
Actually, no, it's my number 3. We can talk about it.
I mean, it's a good story. I mean, it's just a lot of fun, right? And having Denzel Washington scream at kids for a good 2 hours is a good time.
That movie.
And what was it? Hayden Panettiere, was that her first movie?
Yeah, I think you're right. Either way, very good. Very fun.
Save the cheerleader, save the world in that movie.
Oh my god!
If Ryan Gosling was in it,
yeah,
Will Paxton.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling was a wide receiver.
Yeah. Ethan Suplee, I love Ethan Suplee. I hope we can get him on here one day. But no, great cast. I think this is the first Denzel Washington movie that I like, besides Glory, that I remember watching. And I'm like, this guy, like could take. Denzel Washington is good in anything he does, whether it's basic or not. Like, for example, the cop movie that came out last year, that was a pretty mediocre script. But Denzel Washington, like, he's always above and beyond. Like, he's too good to be in that movie because the movie's basically a cop film that anybody can do. The one with Jared Leto is the one I'm talking about. Let the Things In. The Two Guns with Mark Wahlberg. It was a buddy cop movie. Denzel again went far and above what he needed to do for that movie, and this is just another one of those.
I'm confident Denzel can do whatever the heck he wants.
Is it just me, or do we end up mentioning Mark Wahlberg like every cast?
Mark Wahlberg, because he wants to punch us in the face, man.
He's in a lot of shit.
My sister bought a car from that dude.
Did she?
Okay, so maybe you bought yourself a reprieve. He's going to come after the rest of us.
I'd have been like, I'm not signing for this car until Mark Wahlberg comes out here and says hi to me.
I would like to talk to Donnie Wahlberg, please.
I want to touch his bicep.
Excuse me?
All right, I feel like Mark Wahlberg's biceps are all that. Like,
I mean, he's been ripped his whole life. Like,
the movie,
he was ripped in the fucking Good Vibrations video, but like, I don't think he's like ripped.
But he was a model too.
He's in shape, but I don't feel like it's like you look at John Cena's biceps, like those fucking things.
Well, I think one's the steroid bicep, and then
but hey, man, like, do you want the biceps or not?
He got there once in Pain and Glory, I think the name of the movie, where he actually
Pain
got
and Gain.
big. Pain and Gain, thank you.
Yep.
But no, I agree. I mean, he is not really a bulk dude normally, but he's like, I'm in a movie with The Rock. I gotta do something here.
Yeah.
All right, Max, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is going to White Men Can't Jump.
Almost.
Such a good movie.
We going sizzler. We going.
Freaking Rosie Perez in Jeopardy. Freaking not Eddie Murphy. What's that guy's name?
Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I apologize to.
They don't all look like Max.
To Wesley.
Yeah, Wesley Snipes, Woody Harrelson. Just a great flick. Was that like early 90s?
It's either the late 80s, early 90s for sure.
Yeah. Just basketball hustling movie. Yeah, White Men Can't Jump. It was very, very funny. I like that movie a lot.
Billy Ho. Oh yeah, I need to watch that again. I haven't seen that forever. I used to watch it all.
Yeah, it has been a minute. I'm surprised I thought of it because it's been like years and years since I've seen that movie. But no, it's just a lot of fun.
Justin, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is The Karate Kid.
Huh.
Nice. Okay.
All right.
Mr. Miyagi for all that. What?
Are you a Cobra Kai fan?
I haven't watched it, but I know I'm going to like it. It just that's a time commitment that I haven't given it to yet. But I'm sure.
I still think the entire world is trying to play a joke on me to get me to watch that show, and I'm not going to watch it.
Justin, you'll watch it and you'll snap your fingers, and the season will be over, and it goes by really so fast.
I grew up on all those movies. The Karate Kids. Outside of there was one bad one I think I didn't like, but that and like the what was the Three Ninjas? I almost threw that in there, but that wasn't really a sports movie.
Three Ninjas was the shit.
Yeah.
Rocky loves Emily.
Little dude, I don't want to hurt you, little dude. Oh my goodness!
Thank you. That was so good. But yeah, no, I love the Karate Kid. I think everyone here does though, so it's good.
Good pick.
Yeah, the Karate Kid's so fucking solid. Daniel-san triumphs in the end.
Kathleen, I really like your pick of the Mighty Ducks, but the real answer here is Mighty Ducks 2 D2 because it takes everything you love about the first one and just adds in some great characters and some moments. We get the Bash Brothers,
Knuckle
Puck.
Or was that D3?
No, it's 2. 2's when he's
Two.
introduced. D3 is when he ends up in the prestigious college. With
Hard to be accurate, but drives goalies crazy.
Yeah, great film. Yeah, there's nothing I can say about Mighty Ducks that we have not already said on this show many times.
Again, I'm surprised Rookie of the Year didn't make your list, but I knew Mighty Ducks was going to be on there. Like,
I have one more to go, and it's sad that Emilio Estevez isn't returning for the Mighty Ducks season 2.
Emilio,
refusing to get his COVID shot.
I mean, if we went down that hill, sure.
I know it's his choice. I'm just saying, it sucks.
Or maybe he was just like, I would rather die of this pandemic than be in season 2 of Mighty Ducks.
The flying bee has a different meaning.
Oh, terrible. Terrible. All right. Are we on number 2?
Yeah, number 2.
My number 2 is going to Miracle, about the OSU Olympic hockey team with Kurt Russell.
That's so I don't mind. It's later in my list, but that's like number 1 for me. That was such a good movie.
All right. Let's talk about it. What's your number 2?
My number 2 was Rocky. So we already talked about Rocky, but it started the whole franchise, and it had a lot of good moments in it. I do agree, Rocky 4 is my favorite of the Rockies, but I just thought start with the origination of Rocky.
But it's funny because in Rocky he doesn't even win. Is that one of the first movies to do that?
That's the whole point of Rocky.
Isn't that one of the first movies to do that though, where the main character?
No,
I feel like that's probably been around.
But it's one of the best movies to do it.
Because you thought you had hope, and then he Apollo Creed showed him why he had no hope.
He won, kind of. He won internally.
No, that was his goal. He's like, I just don't want to go out there and look like a fucking.
He was never meant to. Yeah, he was never meant to win.
So and he went all around because nobody else had done that, and he's like, if I can just take this dude the distance, then that's something. And like you fall in love with this dude, like he was doofy boxer guy from Philadelphia, like
Turtles. He still has those turtles, by the way.
Yeah, I saw a picture with him with those fucking turtles. I was like, holy shit.
Oh.
I would have never expected him to keep them, like
Same.
My number 1 also stars Wesley Snipes. It has been one of my favorite comedies for so long, and that is
how is that a sports movie? Vampire killing is a sport.
And that is Major League. I love Major League. Major League makes me laugh every time I watch it. It's such a funny movie.
Charlie Sheen not sucking.
Right?
That's something.
Pre-Tiger Blood, right?
Yeah.
And then it's downhill from there.
Yeah, it really is.
Major League 2 was watchable when I was younger, not so much that I've gotten older. And then Major League 3, I remember walking out of the theater to see.
I didn't even know that there was a Major League 3.
I was about to say the same thing.
Back to the minors. Oh, let me pull up the trailer. We can enjoy this together.
Oh my god.
That's even a bad name.
That?
Back to the Minors. That's not even a good name.
Yeah, it's so stupid. They bring back like 2 of the characters and
no, Back to the Minors is actually the tragic story of when they finally excavated. They finally excavated some miners out of a fucking cave-in. No one lives.
Oh man.
This season, the funniest guys in baseball,
Scott Bakula,
are back.
They're not back though. Why would you say they're back? I mean, he's back. I like him.
They're trying to sell a movie, Jason.
Please, send me one real baseball player. And if you can't, you might as well just strike me dead.
They're just 9 players
Man, bet you're getting struck dead then.
I think this one was
They're
rated
not just
G or
your
something.
normal players.
Rated E for bad.
Can you go back to the minors when you're in the
Train
majors?
different.
Of course you can. A lot of times, if you're injured in baseball, they'll send you back down to the minors just to get your
Leave
feet
in the
wet.
tape.
What?
And they catch different.
Look how
Is that
horrible.
Idris Elba?
There are two kinds of baseball.
Oh my
He's probably
god.
trying to scrub that off IMDb real hard.
You know when Ted McGinley's in your movie, it's not a good sign.
Play the buzz, you gave the entire world of baseball, call you a coward.
Oh shoot!
I'm gonna
I thought he was gonna hit him with a bat.
Hey, we'll see about that. Yeah, we will.
The
These
TV's
guys
great
are
right
just
there.
crazy enough.
We're gonna sleep like
You can't judge them for the TV they have in the current world.
Let's go out there and take a bite out of the big team's ass.
What are they doing to the good team's ass?
I can't remember who I saw this movie with. I've like blocked the whole experience out
I
of my
believe the
head.
term is rim job, Justin. Oh my goodness.
New turn to rimming
This
out.
movie is fucking terrible.
Yeah, this is bad.
Has never been.
We should do a top 5 movies you know are going to be bad based on the trailer.
Oh, I don't got that much time, dude.
That's
So
true.
I don't-
That would be
I feel
hard.
like to do that list though, we would have had to have seen the movie, so then we can comment post.
We see a lot of bad
No,
movies.
I
know.
Despite what I just said, number one right now, Morbius starring Jared Leto.
I nailed it.
Hi Max, what's your number one?
Number one is going to, and fucking everyone knew I was gonna do it, but I have to do it. Number one, Cool Runnings.
Cool Runnings.
Starring
That's a
my
good-
man Leon, who we interviewed. Check that out, 3 Geeks Conversations. No, I love it. I actually watched it last night. It was on, and I watched it, and I loved it. Great movie. It's another one where they don't win, but it's all about going there and doing your best, and that's important. But I love all the fake Jamaicans in there. Like I think they only hired like 2 actual Jamaicans to play Jamaicans on the Jamaican bobsled team. But
I never even thought about that. That's wild. I'm surprised.
yeah, no, like my parents, who are fucking born and bred Jamaicans, they can't stand it. Like it drives them insane.
Is it because the
Like,
accents are so bad?
Oh yeah,
Like,
no,
yeah.
the accents are bad. Like they don't, and then it's like also like you could have just hired some Jamaicans.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It's always a fun thing. Like when there's an island, like the Islanders, and they're supposed to be from someplace, and my parents are just like, no. that guy ain't Jamaican, or but they could pick the other islands too. It's like, if you're supposed to be from Trinidad or some shit like that, like they know, and it's hilarious. But the Cool Runnings, definitely my number one sports movie. I can watch that anytime, and I recommend that you watch it anytime. I agree. And my
What
number
is
one
your
is
number
Miracle.
one?
We talked about it a little bit before, but I love the message. Oh, not the message. I love that it's a real story of college kids going up against Russian professionals and coming out on top. It's great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I like Kurt Russell's the coach in that one.
Oh.
I think that it's a true story kind of makes it, more. But it's like they go up in this final game against these, like the big red machine, and like they hold on, because like normally it's like a buzzer beater or something, like it's like the slugfest back and forth, and like this was like why I really found it interesting is because like they go up, they're gonna go up like 2-1 or 3-2 halfway through the game, and then they just have to hold on while these guys like just come at them with everything,
Right,
and it's like
right.
it's a different kind of feel to it. So no, Miracle's a great movie for sure.
Yeah, good pick. And then I got some honorable mentions. A League of Their Own, The Bad News Bears.
Oh no!
Oh, that's a good one.
Slap Shot.
That one should be on the list. I
It
didn't
should
even
be.
think about that one.
Happy Gilmore, Caddyshack. There's a lot of good
Yeah.
sports movies.
We almost
out
hit
there.
top 10.
Yeah. No, A League of Their Own should have beat out Sam. A League of Their Own is funny. It's Tom Hanks, fucking Madonna. What's her name? The main chick. What's that actress?
Gina
The
Davis.
cast is loaded.
Yeah.
Gina Davis, Rosie O'Donnell. And
Yes.
John Lovitz. It's like the one movie
John
John Lovitz
Lovitz.
was in that's actually like respected.
Yeah, no, for sure. League of Their Own. I'm so sad at myself. I'm mad at myself for not putting that on my list. That's a great film.
Let's not beat each other up over this. You think
We'll beat up whoever we want.
But talk about Scott Bakula. Fucking what do you call it? Otherwise noted movies. Necessary Roughness with Scott Bakula. It's an old comedy football movie that like nobody has seen, but I love it.
I have not seen it.
If you can find it, check it out. Like, I mean, it's basically The Replacements. It's just like a bunch of guys like like aren't great, but they're all like good at one thing, and like they string together a bunch of wins to win.
That's fun. It's a good message, good story.
Yeah. So like they got a girl kicker. I think it's like Katie Ireland. Whatever. That supermodel with the last name Ireland. She's in it. She plays the kicker. It's good. It's got a Samoan in it. If
it has a Samoan in it, I'm in.
And everyone knows if you've seen Hobbs and Shaw, the power of Samoan teamwork can overcome anything.
They held a car to a helicopter. Yeah. Every time I think of that movie, I think of them stringing their bodies out to hold a car to a helicopter and not be torn in half.
The power of Samoan teamwork is greater than physics.
It should have been torn asunder.
All right, everybody listening, we'll be right back after this.
Talk commercial, take 5. Hey, Jason, have you ever been accused of a crime?
How long is this one?
I have not yet, John.
Is this 38
but if I ever was, there's only one man I would call, and that man is Benjamin Matlock.
You would be right to do that because he's a guy that can certainly clear your name of
After
any
Matlock
accusations that come your way.
Like
Doesn't matter, man. If you're accused of, say, I don't know, murdering your ex-husband live on your TV cooking show, or using a pair of scissors to stab your business manager.
Oh God!
Or maybe you sneak into your landlord's office and off him overnight during the Christmas season. Matlock can get you taken care of, and you know what?
With this pitch,
he's also.
Matlock would be the other guy. Like Matlock would want to put you in jail for the crimes that you committed.
Yeah, he is, and I'm so glad John cleared out all my dirty laundry. But it's great to know that when I stab my landlord or I commit any crimes, I can call the one man, and that one man is Benjamin Matlock.
That's right, and you can check out our podcast called Matt Talk every second and fourth Monday of the month. It's available on all of the podcasting platforms, including Anchor. Just go to anchor.fm/Matt Talk, and it's available through the Facebook page. Of course, that is at Matt Talk Podcast, and you could check out every single episode when they drop. And real soon, it'll be available every Saturday at noon through the Scene Snobs channel. Just look for the Scene Snobs, on Facebook or thescenesnobs.com. Jason, tell them about the email and the Twitter account, please.
Hello, citizens. I'm Burt Ward, Robin from the TV series Batman, and you're listening and watching the Three Geeks podcast, and it is fantastic. Wowie zowie. To the Batmobile.
That guy's fucking awesome.
I love Burt Ward. One of the best interviews last year.
Roger wants us to interview him again, Justin.
I would love to.
Oh, please.
Do we want to do it? All right, I'll reach out.
If he has something to push, and I'll talk to him about anything.
Yeah, he's pushing Gentle Giants.
Did he not even get to your question
at all? No, but he had a topic. And
no, that's what I'm saying. Like we had him on the last time, and it was just it whizzed right by, and we didn't Justin didn't even get to ask a question.
I was happy to be there.
Justin was just a fan.
Speaking of happy to be here, I gotta go.
Aww.
So unfortunately, I won't be here for Scream Talk, but I just want to wish you guys a Merry podcast.
I miss you already, buddy.
All right, I'll catch you later.
All right.
Recycle your droids.
Hey, Justin.
Hey, dude. I mean, it's like our conversations now. We're living that life live.
This is just the two of us. We're sitting here chatting, and when Kristen joins us, that'll be Three Geeks again. We're
just
lucking out with that number today, guys. Yeah. It's fantastic. I can't believe that I forgot A League of Their Own.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorites. I just haven't seen it in a while.
That's a lot of these sports movies, right? I mean, you watch them a few times, or you catch them on TV, and then I don't know.
Like Major League, I watch
You're set for a while.
regularly. Rocky 4, I watch regularly.
Fair
Bad
enough.
News Bears, I actually watch regularly too. I put Major League on instead of it. I love the Bad News Bears movies so much that I bought the TV series on DVD.
Is that any good?
I haven't seen it. It was only $5 for the whole thing.
Oh, well, all right then.
Hi.
No.
What's up, guys?
Much are you?
Not much. How are you doing?
Not too bad. I had to turn my volume up. I could not hear you at all.
So, everybody, just like the Pawn Stars, we pulled in an expert to talk about Scream, and we're looking forward to it. You can find her podcast everywhere. Just look for Don't Fuck with the Original or Don't F with the Original. Kristen, how you doing?
Not too bad. How are you guys doing today?
Doing well.
Doing
well.
great. I can't wait to get into this conversation with you.
I'm glad I could make it today. My roommate got my ass up this morning and we went to the gym, so I'm definitely
You're awake.
Let's kick it off. So, Scream is my favorite franchise of all time. I watched 5, and when I left the theater, I didn't know what my thoughts were on this movie. I had a lot to digest, kind of like Star Wars Episode 8. Not in quality, just in terms of they tried a lot of new things in Scream 5. And after contemplating it for a while, I like this movie a lot. It's just they did a lot of new things. They set up some stuff. And I know that Kristen and I are on different sides for the 6th movie. But I feel like this movie did a lot to pull me back into this universe.
Yeah, especially with them doing the Chucky series and Halloween, I'm kind of at this point waiting for Jason and Freddy to emerge again somehow. But when they first started talking about a Scream 5, I was kind of like, I don't know how I feel about that until Patricia. Was it Patricia Arquette, David Arquette, Courtney Cox, and Lev Campbell signing on? Obviously, I was all for it. And then when I went and saw the movie, I was like you. I needed a minute. It was kind of like when I saw Halloween Kills. I was like, I need a hot minute to digest, because you go in fully expecting something and then it's different than what you expected, but not necessarily a bad different. You just need to think about it for a while. So you put spoiler alert, so I'm allowed to talk about it. So I fully thought that Stu was going to come back and be the killer. I had it in my head because that's what I wanted to happen.
I think he was a killer in this movie, which we'll get to later when we talk about Scream.
You talking about being a third killer, I kind of thought that myself. I'm not going to lie. I kind of thought that there was another one. And if they kind of bring that into Scream 6, that would be dope. But I hope Nev Campbell and Courtney Cox sign on to it. Obviously, David Arquette won't be. But if they sign on to it, I'll kind of be excited about it. But it's just because it's such a solid franchise with the 5 films. All 5 films are good. I have no negative anything to say about any of them. 3 is my least favorite, but still as a movie, it's a good movie. So I'm just like, please don't keep making these movies to make money, because you're going to end up fucking up the whole franchise, and then it's going to be a terrible. And this is why when I heard there was a 6, I got mad, because I was like, stop. You have a good 5. You have a solid 5 films. Leave it alone, and don't make them. If you start making them for money, they're going to start being bad, which is what franchises do.
I'm going to dial back to the conversation on Scream 5 in just a second, but with Scream 6, see my opinions on Scream 5 is I like it, but it's really going to depend on how they finish out the series. Because to me, watching Scream 5 felt like the start of a trilogy, honestly. Because we got the Billy ghost or visions in this movie, and it didn't really go. We didn't really do much with it. We didn't know when they started and all these things, and I kind of want to see that explored more. And I want to see Nev Campbell is in talks to return. She's the first cast member to be approached. Justin, what were your thoughts on Scream 5?
I thought it was good. I mean, I'm not nearly as a fan as you two are, right? But there's a couple moments that I don't know. It bothered me since the spoilers are up. I mean, if the female killer was the killer that took out Dewey, like she got shot in the chest. That was such a hard thing for me to get over. Like she's a small person, and she got shot several times. Like watch any videos about taking bullets to the chest. Like you're down for a minute. And I know she was on the ground for a bit, but like I don't know. It was hard for me to suspend my belief of that, especially as a grown adult after you like basically probably broke a couple ribs with a gun. You know what I mean? You should have, right? That was the hardest part for me. I think there's a couple of moments where it's like, yeah, they're a killer and they're super powered or whatever, but like I thought Scream was more grounded than that. You know what I mean? But other than that, it was good.
That's one of my issues was there's no way she could have taken Dewey. And two, is when Judy Hicks died. Because that character was completely wasted in Scream 5. Like, there was no reason for it to be that character. It could have been anybody else. Those were the two things that really stood out to me. But one of the positives in this movie is Ghostface. Like, this is the most Ghostface personality we've gotten in any of them. The phone calls were all on point. One of the things I hope we get in Scream 6 that we've not had yet, which is a Courtney Cox call from Ghostface. I would love that. But yeah, I loved Ghostface's character in this movie a lot, actually. And I know that they want to get Ryan Johnson in Scream 6 as a cameo because he directed Stab 8. But yeah, one of the things I liked about this movie, and I didn't catch it until I saw it online, is the detail that they put into Easter eggs. Like we got up here on the top video, it says interview with Woodsboro survivor Kirby Reed, which confirms what Wes Craven always said, which is Kirby's alive. And then the bottom one, did the real Stu Macher survive? They wouldn't put this in this movie unless they plan on using those two things. That's all I can say is something is gonna happen with Stu. We're gonna see some form of his character appear in the next couple films, and I like the deaths in this movie quite a bit.
What an interesting sentence.
It was so brutal. I remember I leaned over to my friend that I do the podcast with, and I was like, he's doing this in broad daylight.
Yeah, bold.
Like,
very bold.
He is just insane at this point. The kills were so brutal. So brutal. And I loved it. I absolutely loved that. It felt different. Just like even Dewey said in the movie, he's like, this one feels different. Also, I love that he was like, don't trust your boyfriend. And I was like, yeah, I don't trust him. I don't trust him.
Yeah.
That's another negative for me, is that the killers were so predictable in this movie.
Yeah.
I knew the girl did it. From the moment I saw the girl, I'm like, she's guilty. Like, I don't know. She's hardly in the movie, so we don't really get to know her character as well as we do the boyfriend.
He was the most obvious, to the point where I was like, it can't be her. Because it's too obvious for it to be her, and it's too obvious for it to be him. But I don't think this movie focused on who the killers were. I think this movie focused on a fan base. Like they were doing a lot of nostalgia to the point where they were like, we don't honestly care who the killers are. We're making this a fan service is what we're doing. If Stu was one of the killers, though, I would have screamed, and like literally screamed and threw my phone at the screen. Like, that's amazing.
The movie screamed 3 killers to me. I don't know why I felt like I was watching a movie with 3 killers, but it felt like there was more than 2 people causing all these horrible things to happen.
Yes, you texted me as soon as you saw it that you thought there would be 3 killers for sure.
So I think that's going to come into play. I hope. You know what I would like to see in one of these movies? I'd like to see one of the killers survive and kind of play on that a little bit. I know that there's rumors that maybe Stu will come back in a capacity and actually save Sydney at the end of one of these movies. That too could be fascinating. But
where they can like redeem him.
Yeah. But I don't want Neve Campbell coming back as a star. I liked her as the character she was in this one, more of a helping. And you better not kill Sydney in these movies, guys. Like, leave her alone.
Well, I said, like, if they do kill Sydney, if they do it right, I'm okay with it, because I feel like in Halloween Ends, I feel like Laurie's going to die. Mm-hmm. And kind of like they killed Nancy and Dream Warriors. If you do it correctly, I'm fine with it. But if it's some kind of stupid, like Dewey died, I'm going to have a very, very big issue with that.
I was okay with Dewey's death. It made sense. I understand why it happened. It was their way of bringing Sydney back to the fold.
Well, that made sense, but I'm saying, like, if Sydney died like that, I would have a very large issue with it.
Yeah, it needs to be more impactful than that. I mean, she survived this thing so many times already. And
like, at this point, she's just like, are you fucking kidding me again?
I'm just tired of this whole thing. Yeah.
Another thing that happened in Scream 5 is we got confirmation that Sydney ended up marrying Detective Mark Kincaid from Scream 3. And that was pretty cool. Actually, in the movie, they just mentioned the name Mark. It's in the interviews with the people who wrote the movie later that they confirm that it's. I'd like to see his character return. Bring back everybody that has survived one of these Woodsboro things in one movie.
And then kill him.
Yeah, have them start.
Yeah, that would. I mean, if they brought Kirby back, that'd be awesome. I loved Kirby in the fourth. The fourth Scream is actually my favorite, which is a huge unpopular opinion. But
mine too. I think it's the best one because it had a lot to say.
Mm-hmm.
Wes Craven had a lot to say with Scream 4. He did not like the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street. He wanted you to know it.
Yep. And I loved that, this Scream, at the end of it, they put for Wes, and it genuinely felt like he would have had a part in this. Like he oozed out of this movie. He really did.
Absolutely. And Kevin Williamson always said he felt like Kirby died and Stu was dead. But Wes was carrying this banner, and obviously the directors and the writers of Scream were listening because they put in the Easter eggs for Wes. Like Wes's vision was for these things to happen, and they're happening. So I like that. Like we're gonna borrow a little bit from what Wes was gonna do with Scream 5, and maybe not hit on it directly.
Right.
But we're gonna let you know that it's out there.
I'm looking forward to Scream 6. I'm not looking forward to Scream 6. I'm very on the fence of it. But I'm interested to see as long as Neve Campbell's in it, I will be okay with it because I really need Courtney Cox in it too. But most importantly, if Neve Campbell's in it, I will obviously always see it anyway. But she will be the one thing that will always keep me excited for it.
I was in that camp today because I saw that Paramount Plus has announced that they're doing a Scream series. And it's going to be set within the same continuity as the movies. And that made me a little nervous. But on the other side of it, that's the reason why I didn't initially watch the Scream TV series, because I knew it wasn't in the same continuity as the movies. So in this thing, I just want it to be good. I want the Scream series and the Scream movie just to continue to be good. Give me 2 more movies. Let's wrap up this new trilogy that they started. And then let's take a break.
Does it need to be a trilogy? Like, are we just relegated to thinking it's a trilogy because everything's a trilogy now?
I think it's a trilogy because of what they set up. I think we're going to find out Stu was involved with the first 2 movies at the end of the 6. I think we're going to find out that he's around, and then we'll go into 7.
Go ahead.
What do you think they're going to do with her visions and stuff? Do you think she'll be a murderer in the next movie or two? Like her mental break? I imagine maybe it might go on a mental break or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, are they going to use anything for that, or probably not? What do you think?
Probably not, but I've been seeing rumors online that people think that she, they thought that she was, not rumors, it's just what people thought in Scream was that she would black out. They're like, we thought, we were going to find out at the end that she was going to black out and that she was actually the 3rd killer in the movie all along.
I genuinely had that thought too. Yeah, I had
that would actually have been cool. I would have been okay with that.
I just like how okay everybody was with Billy's kid just suddenly being around. Like nobody even batted an eye. Like it was just I think
that's realistic though, because I mean you can't blame the kid for the parents' wrongdoing. I mean you could, but probably a misjudged.
No, well, she clearly was like, I hate that he's my dad. Yeah, like she was very hated it and didn't want people to know about it. So
but I mean, Sydney, like, she didn't even take a step back. Like, oh my God, this son of a bitch tried to kill me and he cheated on me. Like, what the hell?
But, yeah, well, she killed him, so she felt confident about that.
Yeah, I mean, Billy's mom had a grandchild the whole time. She didn't need to go crazy in Scream 2. But, Kristen, if Scream 6 and 7 fails and they suck, at least we get to look forward of 20 years down the line of Neve Campbell returning for a Scream 1 direct sequel that negates everything that came before and is more gritty and
just like Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah. And Candyman.
And Candyman. Yep.
Is the new Candyman good? I trust your opinion on horror stuff. I have not watched the new
Candyman. Candyman was honestly one of the very few movies that I can genuinely consider perfect.
Oh yeah, all right.
Cool. Absolutely
it was really
perfect.
Good. It's got a message and it delivers the message without being too overhanded. Very good movie.
But what I was gonna say is, if you guys do get a chance, watch the Scream series, the MTV Scream series. Just the first 2 seasons. The third season, the first 2 seasons are the same characters and the same story. Mm-hmm. Third season starts a whole new one, and me and my roommate guessed the killers in the first episode. So the third season is not good. I highly recommend not to watch that one. But the first 2 seasons are so good. Like, I tell people this all the time. I'm like, I watched it and thought it wouldn't be good. Wes Craven actually produced it. It was absolutely incredible. Very much for teens, but very brutal for MTV. There were certain scenes where I was like, this was allowed on MTV? Like, this dude was sawed in half and they're showing his body. Like, this is okay? But the storyline was really good. It was very solid. Very, very, very good. So if you ever get a chance, watch the first 2 seasons.
Awesome.
Me and my daughter are going to sit down and watch them because she loves Scream as much as I do. But everybody out there, I'm going to give my quick wrap-up thoughts and a number. Scream was great. Mildly predictable, but still a great, fun movie. Out of the returning cast, David Arquette is the standout. Fantastic. I love what they do with Randy Meeks' character in this movie, how they kind of pay tribute to it. I love his nieces and nephew. That whole sequence was funny. They got a whole shrine to him. I freaking loved it. Scream is a 4 out of 5 for me. Scream 4 would be a 5 out of 5 to give you some context. I loved the movie. I liked the movie a lot. I didn't necessarily love it, but it was still a lot of fun. Very good. And I can't wait to see the next one because I love Scream and I'm not ashamed to say so. And even some of the shitty horror movies sequels we've gotten in the past with other franchises, some of them still resonate with me. Child's Play 3, I love that movie. So everybody out there, Justin, what were your wrap-up thoughts?
No, I think it was an enjoyable Scream movie. I would say it's probably, 3.5, 4 out of 5 for it. It was an enjoyable movie. A lot of good kills if you're interested in that.
Yep, I have to agree. 4 out of 5, definitely, because in my Scream rankings, it would be number 3 right under the first one because my top is the 4th, which again, very unpopular opinion, but I absolutely loved the 5th one. I really thought they did a good job. It definitely it was my first Scream movie I got to see in theaters. So that was actually really nice too, to be able to see it in theaters, and very nostalgic, very much a fan service. And I think Wes would have been proud.
It's funny that you say that 4 is such a hot topic. If I gave my rundown of Scream movies, 4 is my favorite, 3 is number 2, 2 is number 2, 1, and then the new one. And that's not saying anything negative about any of them because I love them, but I just found myself loving Scream 3 more as I've gotten older because that movie has a lot of messages in it that we didn't really get until all the stuff with Harvey Weinstein hit. And unpopular opinions too, Kristen.
I agree with that though. Yeah, he was definitely like, Harvey Weinstein is a piece of shit. Here's a movie.
A movie that was produced by Harvey Weinstein too.
Right.
But
it was like, good job, Wes. Good job.
Everybody out there, check out Kristen on Don't Fuck With the Original every Wednesdays because Wednesdays are for podcasts. Also, check us out. Follow us at 3 Geeks Podcast. And everybody out there, have a great day.
Thanks, everybody.